Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn Saka, and today, well, this whole week is actually Asexual Awareness Week. So I figured that I would come on here, film a little video about asexuality and get kind of the misconceptions out of the way, because a lot of people might know what asexuality is but don't have very nice feelings about it. And I want to be able to kind of get some of those myths out of the way or misconceptions that people have about asexuality. Before I get into the video, I just want to remind all you lovely people to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell if you want to see any more LGBTQ+ content from this face right here. So let's get into it. So I think the most common misconception that people have about asexuality is all asexuals or people on the ace spectrum completely avoid sex, think it's disgusting. And while I am one of the people on the asexual spectrum that is relatively sex repulsed, asexuality, like I said, is a spectrum, so it can be different for other people. Some are sex neutral or sex positive, don't mind having sex, or it's just an act that they do. There's no attraction towards the other person, which is what asexuality is. It's a lack or little to no sexual attraction towards anyone. So I think that's one of the biggest things, is that people think asexuals don't have sex, or if asexuals do have sex, they're told they're not asexual because, oh, if you're asexual you really wouldn't have sex, even though a lot of people's arguments is that how could you know you're asexual if you've never had sex? It's a double-edged sword that people kind of like trapping asexuals in, is like, oh, if you don't do it, how do you know? Or if you do it, you're really not what you say you are. So yeah, that's one of the biggest misconceptions. The second biggest misconception is that all people on the asexual spectrum don't want romantic relationships. While some of this is true, some people on the ace spectrum are also aromantic. Not every single person is. I myself am biromantic, so that means I am romantically attracted to two or more genders. I don't know why I don't use panromantic. Biromantic just always fit me a little bit better. Also, the flag is really cute. But yeah, they're two different things. They can go hand in hand, but a lot of asexuals actually do want relationships, and it can be really hard to date or find someone who will respect and validate your asexual identity within a relationship. So this is the one that gets me a lot. A lot of people don't think that asexuality or people on the asexual spectrum should be allowed in the LGBTQ+ community. I, for one, strongly believe that people on the ace spectrum, even if they are heteroromantic, should be on the LGBTQ+ community, because they are not heterosexual. They still face a form of oppression. So they faced a lot of oppression as well. Everyone in the LGBTQ+ community has faced some form of oppression, but asexuals is oppression doesn't really get talked about as much. A lot of asexuals have been told that they're broken, that they need to be fixed, that they need to have sex in order to know if they're really asexual. In some cases, there have been cases of asexuals being raped to try and fix them. So when people tell me that asexuals in the community haven't been oppressed and never have been, I want to tell them to fuck off. Everyone in the community has been oppressed. Just because it hasn't been at the forefront, like gay, lesbian, and trans issues, doesn't mean that it's not there and it's not important, and they haven't had issues of being oppressed. Another really common misconception about asexuality is that it's a form of celibacy, which is completely not true. There are asexuals that do have sex. Celibacy is a person who does have sexual attraction, abstaining from sex for whatever reason, whether it be religious, personal, whatever it is. They decide not to engage in sexual activities, while asexuality, like I said, is a lack or not as big of a sexual attraction. But yeah, it's different than celibacy for sure. Last and final misconception that I've seen, the biggest one, especially online, is that asexuals are heartless, cold, terrible people, which is obviously not the case. Sexuals can have healthy, long, wonderful relationships with their partner or partners. It has nothing to do with their sexuality, what type of a person they are. So this is my first video for Asexual Awareness Week. I'm hopefully going to be putting out a couple more just to get the awareness out and talked about and all of that good stuff. So that is my video for today, and I will see you in the next one.